Hello and welcome to today's videos. We cover LTA South and preview how the teams rank going into spring based off of spring stats. I have the player, so the teams ranked based on the player stats here. We break it down by solo laners, top and mid combined, mid jungle, which obviously mid jungle duo, we see that synergy being very important, as well as bot lane duos. How the teams rank against each other based on the power rankings that I do, which will come out again Friday with everybody involved, akin to a college football top 25, but in this case a top 50 or top 60. And then winter finish. So where the teams actually finished in winter in LTA South. The way I look at LTA South, if you're not, really well versed in LOL esports, is it's very similar to it's like, I don't know, the Mountain West Conference in college football. Not even Sun Belt. Ohio Valley Conference in college basketball. Like, that's the sort of level we're talking. But they have an ability to go to the World Championship, which is why I'm talking about them. And a lot of the people that are subscribed to the channel are, from LTA South. So it's Latin America and South America. So here, based on stats, interestingly enough, Red ended up first. Many teams made roster changes. 3 of the 4 teams, actually, that went to playoffs, well, Pain, Isurus, 2 of the 4 teams that made playoffs made roster changes in their top 5. Red swapped out Grevthar for Mago. Mago has not played since 2021. He has no tier 1 experience. But Grevthar, we know, was like the worst mid laner out of everybody in the entire, in all tier 1. He was terrible. So this move more than likely is an upgrade. Now, the team has what is right now the best bot lane duo in Brance and Frosty statistically, and that's not a massive surprise. I've been a Brance supporter since 2022, since he played in Mexico. What was it, in Latin America? Wasn't it? Didn't they do? I think it was in Mexico, where he just really showcased a lot of charisma, and to this day, I still think every LTA North team and LCS at the time team blew a great opportunity. 5th in terms of team rank. That's because macro-wise, the team leaves a lot to be desired. FNB in top lane, a heavy carry-oriented top, but when push comes to shove, when the game's on the line, he cannot carry, and that screwed the team. Furia ranks 2nd. They're solo laners, statistically very strong. Furia, going into the season, was my top-ranked team. They did not get out of regional play. They could not make playoffs, and, I'm surprised statistically they are this good. The mid jungle is definitely their weakest point. Bot lane duo ranking 3rd. IU playing a very, passive gameplay, to put it mildly. High KDA, very, very, very passive. In terms of macro, first, very good in that respect, but still also played for 5th place. 3rd, Pain Gaming. So Pain, solo lanes, ranking 7th. Why? Well, they brought in Roamer. And Roamer is a Korean import. And Korean imports, especially when they go to a smaller region like this, usually pretty strong, right? It's like a D1 athlete going, leaving Ohio State or Alabama and going to the Ohio Valley Conference, right? More often than not, that's kind of what ends up happening here. Now, Roamer never quite made the starting roster of an Ohio State or an Alabama equivalent, but still is here. 5th in the mid-jungle area, 2nd bot lane duo, Cheeton and Curry, very strong. We saw Pain Gaming make it to the main event last year. The equivalent of making it to the Sweet 16 in college basketball. March Madness is going on now. That's why I'm trying to incorporate some March Madness sort of things in this video. It's just it's the equivalent of that. Oh shit, they're made to Sweet 16. A lot of people thought the team wouldn't get anywhere. Well, Jinkado is out in mid lane. They've brought in Roamer, and we'll see what happens. 3rd in terms of macro, 4th in terms of finish. Isurus Astral, a Spanish team playing in Brazil. Very strong solo laners. Birdall leaving a bit to be desired, but he's better than what the stats indicated. Mid jungle is the strongest part of this team. Myru and Jose Deodo. Jose Deodo is a world-class player. He is an excellent jungler, very strong. But bot lane duo is their weakest point. Second in terms of macro, and we're actually the best performing LTA South team, taking a game off of the North in playoffs just last month or so. Fifth, Vivo Keyd Stars. Ranking fourth in the solo lane. Second, mid jungle, Decimus and Kisse. Very strong statistically. Bot lane duo, fifth. I think Mortius actually really surprised me. 925 DPM. Pretty damn insane across a 6-game sample. But macro left a lot to be desired. Ranking seventh. Once they can figure out objective control and things, they'll be set. Sixth, we have Leviatán, a team that I'm shocked did as well as they did, making it out of finishing second. Like they were great domestically in LTA South. I mean, I find it hard to believe that they're going to keep that up, but the fact that they got there was a surprise in and of itself. Surprisingly, seventh are LOUD. If you didn't notice, they made a couple roster changes, and those players did not play in spring. Winter. So statistically, they're ranked at last because, hell, they didn't have a job. Redbert was retired. Shinny had played last year a bit, but hadn't played the 2 years prior. So we have Robo and Tinones, which are the strongest solo lane duo in the region. Two older players, but right now are the best combined. However, will Shinny be able to get things done in the jungle? And will Redbert be able to find what they had with Root last season and be able to go international again? I mean, we'll see. And then last is Fluxo. Fluxo are a pretty bad team. They made a change in the jungle. Ganks is their jungler. A guy in his mid-20s almost and only has played like 3 splits. So it's a move. Fluxo made a move. I'm actually surprised they only made 1 move. But at the same time, when you have a young team, very inexperienced, what can 4 games really tell us? I think it's kind of crazy how many roster changes and coaching changes we see after winter this season. Just because over a couple weeks, the team couldn't get it together. I mean, shit. Oftentimes, we allowed a team to go through spring. And in my opinion, should even go longer before you make, drastic changes. So, yeah, right now, Red look pretty good statistically. We'll see whether Mago can actually keep the team up there. I expect Payne to be better than third. Furia, we'll see if they follow through. Isurus, of course, surprising everybody. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.